to start our Dhamma talk. Let's pay homage to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. We are teaching about the Anapana method. Previous Sunday, we have taught about the counting method. So according to our notes, page number 5, pain during meditation. So if we have a pain during meditation, so to relax or to dispel painful feeling, there are 2 ways. If we have a concentration, we can reduce painful feeling. But if it happens before concentration, no choice, we have to change our posture. So we may do little bit changing or much changing. Little bit changing is just move the legs. So if it can't disappear, so maybe stand up or may walk and do again like that. So according to Buddha's saying, this body is weak, like always sick. Means that sick people cannot sit longer time, cannot stand longer time, have to move this and that. So although we say our body is healthy now, we cannot sit a longer time, we cannot stand a longer time, like something sick people. So if someone sits or stand a long time, body may have a pain. It is like just normal. So by changing, we trying to relax. After that, we trying to do our job. So if we continue our jobs, later we may have a concentration. If so, we can sit longer time. So next paragraph is the nature of mind. So similarly, it's like a baby cow tying with the rope to the pillar. So in the beginning point, jumping a lot to release from that place. But the rope is very strong, the pillar is strong. If so, finally the cow have to sit quietly near the pillar, have to sleep quietly near the pillar, so become tamed. In the same way, our mind also, because of taking many objects before practicing, taking many objects which we want. So if we start to control the mind cannot stay in one object. So trying to keep the mind on the breath, go away and call back, go away, call back. So mindfulness or remembrance, sati, is like a rope. Breathing is like a pillar. So if your mindfulness is strong, so later the mind can be tamed. So at that time, whatever posture you have, lying down or sitting or standing or walking, the mind is staying on the breath. Very easy to keep the mind on the object. So become tamed mind. So that is tamed mind in this stage. But there are many types of concentration to tame the mind. So also have a Vipassana practicing to tame the mind. So according to Buddha's saying, tamed mind can produce everything we want. Because of this, noble persons are trying to tame the mind instead of doing the other jobs. So taming the mind is very beneficial. So if someone can tame the mind, so most of problems in the life may stop. So if the mind is not tamed, very busy, like some people say, you see some people always have a problem. So as long as they cannot change their mind, so cannot stop the problem, because problems are created by their mind. And so even you sit in the beginning point, so just sitting, but the mind create a lot of problem, solve a problem. So very busy, although you are sitting, because now you're taming in the mind. So normally, if we can tame the mind is peace, calm. So most of our problems are disappear. In the same way, in the meditation retreat. So if you are not successful in meditation, you may have many problems. If you are successful in meditation, like seem to be no problem like that. No problem, everything is okay. So I think most of problems are created by mind. If the mind is okay, you can calm. If you can calm your mind, most of problems may stop. So because of this, concentration can help our behavior to be good. So, for example, monks have to practice not to eat dinner or not to eat afternoon. If we have a hunger or we are hungry, so if we have a concentration, just to focus breathing meditation or on one object, the mind peace and calm. So we can practice that morality peacefully because of concentration. So another thing is understanding, like practicing Vipassana. That is related to wisdom. Wisdom also can help our behavior to be good. For example, being hungry, how to dispel. So Vipassana practitioner always thinking this body is not me, not mine. So not attach to the body too much. Only because of not attaching body too much, they can think what is Dhamma, what is the way to practice. they can think, they can follow. So eating dinner is not correct for the monks. Not eating dinner is correct. They can think because they don't attach body too much. So because of this understanding about the life, about this body also can help to have a good behavior. So because of this, we need to practice concentration. Also, we need to practice wisdom. So, next step to practice is mindfulness of breathe part 2. Breathe in long, he understands, and breathe in long. Breathe out long, he understands, and breathe out long. Breathe in short, he understands, and breathe in short. Breathe out short, and understands, and breathe out short. So that is this saying we can find in the Mahasatiparana Sutta in the beginning points. In the same way, in the Vinaya also we can find. I think a few suttas. In a few suttas we can find this method. So previously we have taught about the counting method. So after practicing a few times, our mind can differentiate. Oh, some of breathing is long, some of breathing is short. So no need to do to be long or to be short. But trying to know if it is short. We should know it is short. If it is long, we should know it is long. So our responsibility is to know the natural breath, which is long or short. So what is long or short? That is the length of duration, not the length of in feet or inches. So breathe. Long breath is a deep breath. Slow breath, like that. Short breath is a quick breath or shallow breath, like that. Like that. So mostly in the beginning point, the mind and body is not calm. Because of this, maybe long. But later part, when the mind and body is calm, so breathing is a little bit only short, mostly, but not always. In one sitting, sometimes maybe long, sometimes maybe short. So just we may note long, breathe in or in breathe or out breathe, but a little bit notice long or short, or a little bit need to aware more long or short. So that is the second method. Typical difficulties. Concentrating on the breath with one's eyes. So that is should not use eye, because to know breath, we no need to use eye. Why we know the breath? In the beginning point, we know body sensitivity. When we breathe in or breathe out, the air touching this sensitivity. Because of this, we have chance to know. So to feel breathe with that, no need to use the eye. But later parts, when your mind is strong, we can see the breath with the mind. So it is mind's nature. Whatever we have seen, our mind can see. In the same way, whatever we have listened, our mind can hear. In the same way, about the smell, about the taste, about the bodily touch, every object our mind can take. So to know the breath, to practice mindful breathing meditation, first of all, that is a tangible object. Because of touching our body, we know. So we may know first of all with the body or sometimes with the mind. So because of this, we no need to use eyes. That is a need to understand. If not understand, some people trying to use eyes, if so, may ache, and the eye may ache. So, following the breath into the nose trance. So, after practicing a few times, the breath may come or may subdue. A little bit difficult to know on this right point. So, some people want to go into the nose hole, like that, nose hole. So it is a little bit gross or easy to know. But in the beginning point, not much a problem. But if you try to know into the air into the hole, later become very obvious, like very gross, so incompatible. So cannot improve. Next one is concentrating too much on one's skin. So yes, to know breath, we have to wait from the skin here, around here, but not to know the skin, trying to know the air. So cannot be separate air and skin, because to know the air is because of touching we have to know. So, but we should not focus the skin, we should focus the air. Next one is gritting one's teeth, or especially front teeth, together, like that. So sometimes that instead of focusing on the breath, may happen to focus the pressing each other of the teeth. So if so, may cause tension. So normally, if you don't have tension, okay, no need to do anything. If you have some tension here, a little bit you notice or that pressing in the teeth or not. So you should not do that. So that is second method to practice. Now you can try, you can test. So I will give 5 minutes to practice this. After that, I will continue. Okay. So long or short? Okay. Let's stop. Yeah, it is about the long or short. Practically practicing. So I'm practicing. If you have a question later, you can ask. So we should continue. We should move our teaching. So Anapana mindfulness of breathing, part 3. So number 3 method is experiencing the whole body. I shall breathe in. Thus he trains. Here the whole body means the whole breath. Body is a breath. Because of translating according to Pali term, so do like this. Experiencing the whole breath, I shall breathe in, thus he trains. Experiencing the whole body or breath, and shall breathe out, thus he trains. So the whole body, the whole breath means from the beginning until the end. So knowing the breath continuously without interrupting. So it is different from long or short. Long or short is like if you know beginning and the end, it is enough. So the whole body or the whole breath is must know continuously. So why we need to practice this? Normally after practicing a few times, so to know the breath, it is very easy. So because of easy, we can know this breathe in, out. Also at the same time, we can know the other things. Not fully concentration. Like a clever driver. In the beginning point, he drive very carefully. Only he can do driving. Cannot speak with the other people next to him. So after driving a few times, he has become clever. So no need to focus just driving. So driving, sometimes he talk, people next to him. So doing two things like at the same time. But the nature of mind is in one time only you can do only one. So because of the mind is quick, sometimes he drive, sometimes he talk. So in the same way, to know the breath also for him very easy. He can know the breath sometimes, at the other time he can think other things. If so, the meditator may feel, oh, I know breath, I know the other object. So if you want to rise up your concentration, so just you should have a desire, you should try, and we're trying to know the whole breath. And we're trying to know the breath continuously. So another thing is after practicing, sometimes the breath not come in and out. For some people, just like a steam or something here. Not know the come in and out, but knowing the breath here, knowing the air here continuously. Don't know in and out, just knowing the air here, something like this. So if so, keep the mind on the object. Although you don't know in and out, okay, as long as you know the breath here continuously. So you should keep your mind that. So that is the knowing continuously, knowing in the whole body. So the whole breath. So because of this, need to practice this method. So now for the beginners to practice this not so easy. Some people even in and out may not know. So if so, you may not know continuously from the beginning until the end. So later, when your mind increase, your mindfulness increase, so at that time you can know the breath continuously. So that is also one way to practice. So we should move another one, Anapana. Mindfulness of breathing, part 4. Tranquilizing the body formation. The body formation, I shall breathe in. Thus he trains. Tranquilizing the body formation. The body formation, I shall breathe out. Thus he trains. Body formation also, that is a breath. Maybe breaths are formed by body. So as long as we have if we have body, that body may breathe. So because of this, breathing is formed by body. So may say body formation. Anyway, easy to understand. Should use tranquilizing the breath. So That is for the method, how to practice. So Pa-Auk, we translate a concern, reflecting on the thought of tranquilizing the breath for the first time. Next one, samanahara, reaction, bringing the thought of tranquilizing the breath to the mind again and again in the right way. Attention, manasikara, doing, keeping the thought of tranquilizing the breath in the mind. Reviewing pacavakana, reviewing the thought of tranquilizing the breath. So these are like a synonym. So some people may understand Pa-Auk, some people may understand samanahara, some people may understand manasikara or pacavakana like that. Because of this, using 4 words. So as a jobs to do, just you should do, may the breath be tranquil. You should have a desire. So to be tranquil, the breath, you no need to control intentionally. Just may my breath be tranquil. So just intention lead the mind to go that way. So at that time, your breath naturally, automatically may calm, may tranquil. So this practicing is actually until the 4th jhana, until the end, you need to practice. So when we start to practice, this is sometimes the breath very gross because of excited mostly. If so, you should note, may my breath be tranquil. You should have such a desire. So think again and again to be tranquil. If so, later will be subtle, will be gentle. So why the breath grows is sometimes because of mind. The mind not peaceful, get angry, or if so may cause the breathing. In the same way, sometimes body pain. Some people don't want to change, want to be patient. So although can be patient, the mind have tension, because of being patient. So at that time, the breath become gross. It is also possible. Another thing is when you improve in meditation, so the mind is quite sharp. What you think may appear quickly. Even you may think, oh, I don't think the object automatically appear in my mind. So you may think like that. So because of the mind start to sharp, but not yet control well. So you may see some lights here and there. So at that time, the mind a little will have agitation or shaking. So if so, you should do, I will practice peacefully, or may my breath be calm, be tranquil. If so, you can practice peacefully. So in the same way, when you got a first jhana, you have to move a second jhana. One of the reflection is, second jhana is more quiet, more subtle. I want to get second jhana. Just the inclination, the mind move automatically like that. Because of this, this practicing is until the end of Anapana practicing, or until the 4th jhana. So as a conclusion, to practice this, whenever you feel the breath is very gross or the mind is not calm, so at that time you should have this desire, may the breath be tranquil, may the breath be calm. I want to calm my mind, I want my breath to be calm, like that. If you think Gananga, so the breath will be calm. So this is for the method to practice. So next one is a subtle breath. So after practicing a few times, the body calm, the mind calm. If the body and mind calm, the breath also very subtle. In the beginning point, even difficult to know. So the mind and body start to calm, breath only a little. If mindfulness not yet increase, or if the person is not careful about the concentration, may have difficulties. Oh, no breath. Some people think, oh, no breath, like that. So at that time, some difficulties may have. So first of all, I need to do decision. There is a breath, because the person who has no breath is here mentioned that person for us in the womb, a drowned person, unconscious person, a person in the fourth jhana. In the fourth jhana, no breath at the end of improvement. So the person no breath, a person in the fourth jhana. So you can think how concentration is make the person to be calm. Even breathing, no need at that time. A person in the attainment of cessation, that is a Nirodha Samapatti or a Brahma. So those person has no breath. So I'm not included into that list. Should reflect on self. Because some people are thinking no breath. If they think no breath, how can they find the breath? Because their idea is, their view is no breath. Because of this, first of all, need to do decision. I have a breath. So, if so, where it is, no other place, only here. So you should try to keep or try to incline your mind here. So if you wait here, later, less or much, you will know. Slowly will know the subtle breath. So at that time, you need to be very careful about the concentration, mindfulness. In the other time also, you trying to know the breath. Whenever the breath obvious, you trying to know, trying to focus. Sometimes sitting in time, we cannot find. But in the speaking in time, sometimes it grows. Because speaking is have to produce have to produce effort. So the mind is gross. So breathing also grows. At that time we know. So whenever you have chance to know the breath, trying to know, to rise up your mindfulness. So you should do decision. There is a breath. Wait here. Also, you need to practice always. Always means whenever you have chance to know the breathing. Sometimes speaking in time, the breath obvious. So you try to know 2 or 3 times. Like that. Even eating time or taking shower time. Stop a while. So after that, trying to know. Because to increase your mindfulness. So some people after waiting a long time, although they wait long time here, cannot find. So a little bit disappointed. If so, why not find more? Because I'm disappointed. So we have to wait patiently. But although you wait patiently, if you cannot find the breath, sometimes you take the other object, like a Buddha-nusati or Metta, loving kindness. So once the mind is happy, trying to know again. So in this way, if you practice later, you will know the subtle breath slowly. But it is not gross, very subtle. So you should satisfy with the subtle breath. You should not long for the gross breath. Because when the body and mind calm, the breath may not gross. So that is a little bit difficult point. So need to be careful. So next one, nimitta. There are 3 kinds of nimitta. Parikamma nimitta, preparatory sign. Preparatory sign is preparing for the jhana, for concentration, daily mental concentration. So nimitta is the sign of breathing. So when we try to know this object is the sign of breathing. Sometimes not so similar to the natural breath, little bit may different. Anyway, this is a sign of preparatory sign. So from the beginning until the next sign. So next sign is Okaha Nimitta. Nimitta is a sign or object. Okaha is a taken up sign. So the sign taken up by mind. So if you practice like that, later, like seeing with the eye, you have chance to see the breath, like a smoke or like a white, something you see. If you see clearly that object, that sign, we say taken up sign. So the mind can start to see. So when the mind see the object clearly, like something seeing with the eye. So eye is closed, not seeing with the eye, seeing with the mind. So that sign is a taken up sign. Later may appear in your mind. Other people cannot see, you yourself will see. So next one is a Patibhaga Nimitta, counterpart sign. Counterpart is I think a similar sign. Similar to what? Similar to previous sign, taken up sign. So but it is shining, more transparent, or like that. So if you continue to focus taking up sign, later become brighter and brighter. Similar, but it is brighter. It is more transparent. That sign is we call counterpart sign. So when a counterpart sign appear, so concentration level is, we can say, excess concentration or jhana concentration, absorption concentration. So 3 signs we can find in the practicing way. So preparatory sign, you see, in the beginning point, that is cannot produce a jhana absorption. Taking up sign also cannot produce the jhana or excess concentration. Counterpart sign can produce absorption or excess concentration. So when you see the breath very bright, transparent, at that time only you can get jhana. So what is the differences between the jhana excess concentration? Is excess concentration not so strong. So between the process there is some bhovinga, not just jhana like that. Bhovinga means like a sleeping mind. Sleeping minds are like interrupted in our mind. For example, now you are seeing me, hearing me. Seeing process is one, hearing process is one. So between these 2 processes, there is a pure sleeping mind. So if older people are more sleeping mind, because of this you have to say slowly. So like that. In a sense, you may think now seeing and hearing at the same time. Not like that. When we are seeing, we don't hear. When we hear, we don't see. Like that. Because of this, in the aeroplane, some people say, may I have your attention, please? If you give attention towards the eye, you will see, but you don't hear. In the same way, if you give attention towards the sound, you will hear, but you don't see. But the mind is very fast. Also, we used to eat about that. Because of this, like at the same time we can hear, we can see, but not the same time. So not the same time. Because of this, we have especially about 70 mind movement process. One process at most like a 70 mind movement. After in the 70 mind movement, some are resultant mind, quiet mind. 7 mind movement is very emotion. So fully experience the object. Because of that mind movement, we have chance to know ourselves. I'm speaking or I'm listening in Dhamma, like that. So sleeping in mind is very quiet, very quiet. So knowing the object which is not obvious for the normal people, so very quiet. So because of this, although you know the breath, so if your mind not strong, like knowing the breath and sleep, knowing the breath or object sleep, going in this way. So those bodies are not so strong like that, something because of interrupted by a few sleeping mind. So when you have a jhana, always the mind emotion is very, very high. But one object only, breathing, the counterpart sign only, you know. The whole sitting, or maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, only you know one object. But all mind moments awaken the mind. Awaken the mind. So because of this, those people, body is like straight, have a lot of energy, because of not interrupted by sleeping mind. So excess concentration is the mind not strong, knowing the counterpart sign and sleep. Knowing counterpart sign, sleep. So like that. So absorption mind is just knowing the object, no more sleeping. So body very alert. So body usually very quiet, not move, like seem to be strong. So the mind is even 1 hour, 2 hours, you know only one object, don't know the other object. Other thoughts are not interrupt. Only you are knowing counterpart sign. If your concentration is not so high, normally for normal people, not so high. If the sound appear loudly, yes, you may hear, because that is an object hit your ear, your ear, so may interrupt a short time. After that, go into the jhana again. So those are we should not consider those sounds, but with our thought should not interrupt. With the other thought should not interrupt. So only should be knowing counterpart sign. If so, at that time we can say it is absorption concentration. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, it is also possible. Make it longer. Later you can get 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, like that. So according to scriptures saying even the whole day, even the whole night. So you can take that one object continuously. So that is the absorption situation. So how is the object? So the nimitta, to some the nimitta is pure or fine, like a cotton wool, drawn out cotton, moving air, or draught. A draught, a bright light like the morning star, Venus, a bright ruby or gem, a bright pearl. So those are something similar to counterpart sign may appear in your mind. Anyway, the places are very sure, here only. So you will see the sign, counterpart sign, which is bright. But there is one notice: when the bright start to appear, you should not focus the brightness. You should continue the breathing. You should continue you should continue to focus the breathing. So later, light and breath become together, united. At that time, you can move to the light. So although you are knowing the light, you may know a little breathing, subtle breathing. So if so, it is okay. You can continue that practicing. So all the rules of practicing with the nimitta. Do not pay attention the color and form of nimitta. So which color which nimitta, which form, you should not think. So just pay attention to breathing. Do not play with one's nimitta. Some people nimitta, I want to be red. I want to be green or yellow, like that. Should not play, or make it smaller or make it bigger. Should not do. Should not do. Yeah, that nimitta is a kind of concept or conventional truth created by practicing mind, not reality. So, but you can do. Want to be big, want to be small, can do. But to have a concentration, you should not do. You should not do. If you do this and that, later become habit to calm the mind. Not so easy. So, only those who practice by keeping their mindfulness in the touching point of the breath can their meditation improve. That is from the Visuddhimagga, one important rule. So when the light appears, for some people, not here, just here and there. So should not practice those places, only should practice on the upper lip or on the nostril. When the nimitta starts to appear, should not pay attention to. Yeah, those are you can read. So next one is how can one attain the first jhana? When your mind stays continuously concentrated on the Vipassana nimitta for 1 or 2 hours, you should try to discern the areas in the heart where the Bhavanga consciousness rests. 1 or 2 hours, sometimes most of people practice, for the normal people, 3 hours, trying to keep the mind on one object. If so, after that, we trying to see the Bhavanga consciousness, the heart area. That is the heart materiality. The Bhavanga consciousness is bright, luminous, and the commentaries explain that it is the mind door. If you try many times again and again, you will eventually discern both the mind door, Bhavanga, and the Vipassana nimitta as it appears is there. You should then discern the 5 jhana factors, one at a time, with the continued practice. You will be able to discern them all at once. In the case of Anapana, the 5 jhana factors are. So, I think you should do 3 steps. One step is you should see the light in the heart area. The light heart area. That is, we say mind door. Mind door. So, area is the heart area. Trying to see the light first. After seeing light, that light is a base light. This object is appear on that light. So next step, you should see this object, counterpart sign. First of all, you should see light in the heart area. How to see is go into the nimitta after later bright. Once very bright, strong, trying to incline the mind in this area to see light. Just for a short time, 2 seconds, 3 seconds only in the beginning point. Because if you trying to see longer time, chest may pain, heart may pain. So beginning point, just trying to see 2 or 3 seconds usually. So trying to incline the mind to see light. So you may see light. If you don't see, okay, next go into this absorption. After some time, trying to see again like that. Until you can accept that there is light in this area. So after knowing, understanding that light, you can move another one. Another one is this nimitta. Counterpart sign is here also appear. So trying to see this sign, the same feel, but here in the light. So at that time you see 2 things. One is a base light, one is this nimitta in that place. You hold this 2. After holding this 2, you should discern the 5 jhana factors. What are 5 jhana factors? Number 1, vitakka, a blind thought, directing and placing the mind on the Anapana, Pratipaka Nimitta. One nature, one factor, mental factor have in that area. Taking the Pratipaka Nimitta as an object arising in the light base. So, then just nature, which nature is directing or placing the mind to the nimitta. Why our mind can stay on that object longer time? Because one factor is always directing the mind. You go like that, like your mind. Listen my sound, listen my sound. One factor help, like that. So hitting the object again and again. Go there, like this. So that is what we call a blind thought. A blind thought. So now also we have this factor in your heart. So like listening my mind. To listen to my mind, one factor is putting your group of mind, like to listen to that, like that, one factor. Walking like that. Because of this, your mind stay in my sound. In the same way, your mind not yet strong, but in the practitioner's mind very strong vitakka. That vitakka is directing the mind. The mind means the other factors, group of factors. So hitting the object, Anapana Pratipaka Nimitta. So next factor is sustaining thought, vichara, maintaining the mind on the Anapana. After hitting the object like that, this is object. So vitakka is trying to go this object. Vichara is maintaining or sustaining. What is that? Like that. So this factor is sustaining thought. Next one is the joy, piti, liking for the Anapana Pratipaka Nimitta. So after seeing this object, like it. Because of like, you can stay longer time. If you don't like, your mind may move another object. So one is hitting this object, the other one is maintaining, or how is that, like that. The other one is in the same time, one factor is liking this object. That is what we call piti. Next one is bliss or happiness about the Anapana Pratipaka Nimitta. That is a feeling. Liking is a little bit excited. Feelings is just a feel, experience, happy object. So happily experience, happily feel about this Anapana Pratipaka Nimitta, like that. So that's a factor. After that, one-pointedness. One-pointedness of the mind on the Pratipaka Nimitta. There are 5 factors. One-pointedness function. The other factors to have only one object, like collecting in the mind to have one object. So these are 5 factors. Because of these 5 factors working together, different function, but working together. Because of this, our mind can stay on that object very long time. So you need to check these 5 factors. So to check these 5 factors, first of all, you need to see light in the heart area. Second, you need to see this object in that area. By holding in this 2, you need to reflect these 5 factors. So that is a kind of mastery about the first jhana. What is that? Is reviewing or reflecting jhana factors. So Pichavakana Vasibhava or Avajana Vasibhava. Avajana Vasibhava is like that. After reflecting this one, like reflecting vitakka is one process. Reflecting vichara is one process. There are 2 processes. So between these 2 processes, there is a bhavanga. So if after doing reflecting in this, if you sleep a longer time, if so, you will know this after a long time. It is not clever. Like speaking English, if someone very fluent, without sleeping too much, can speak very quickly. So, if not fluent, after one thing to say another thing, he has to wait because not clever. So, Avajana Vasibbhava is between two processes to reflect this and that, very less bowinga, maybe only 2 times. Sleeping is a 2-mind moment. So, it is Avajana Vasibbhava. Which Avajana Vasibbhava is normally to reflect one factors need 7 jhana, 7 mind moments. But if you are fluent, no need 7, maybe 4 mind moments or 5 mind moments you need, because you are being clever. So only 4 jhana or 5 jhana, with that you can walk, you can reflect. So that is the differences between Avajana Vasibbhava and Vichavakana Vasibbhava. Anyway, as a bit my way, those process where you may not know. What you can know is, I can do quickly, one after another, like at the same time. I see, for example, 5 people, like at the same time I can see. Actually, not the same time we are see, or the 5 people, one after another we see. So, because of very fluent, I can see 5 people, like at the same time. So, in the same way, should be like this. That is a kind of mastery called Avajana Vasibbhava and Vichavakana Vasibbhava. So, after getting past jhana, you need to practice 5 mastery. 2 is reflecting these 5 factors quickly, like seeing at the same time. Until, first of all, you are very slow. Even 1 factor have to do gananga. After that, next one, go into the absorption, reflect again, like that. Have to do gananga. So later you got fluency, you can do quickly. Once you want to know all factors. So if so, that is the 2 fluency you have. So next fluency is Avajana Vasibbhava. Avajana Vasibbhava is whenever you go into the jhana, you can go. Should be like this. So in the beginning point, after 30 minutes, you go into the jhana. You continue practicing, standing and sitting, anytime you practice. Once later, after 20 minutes, you can go into the jhana. Later, after 15 minutes, later, after 10 minutes, later, after 5 minutes, later, after 1 minute, you can go into jhana, like that. You make faster to go into the fast jhana. So, whenever you want to go into the jhana, you can go. Even someone talking to you, once they rest or you're not interested, close the eye, go into the jhana, like that. So, if you practice continuously, later will be. At home, I think not so easy. But in the retreat, because of practicing always, if you want to be like this, anytime you a little bit have to focus. Although you are doing other jobs, you trying to focus this, stay with this object. At that time, very easy. A little effort, you trying to focus, but your mind staying in there. Because of this, once you sit, can go into the jhana so quickly. So that is the absorption fluency. Next one is determining. Determining is how long you want to go into. Timing, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. According to your desire, you can go into the jhana. So that is also a kind of fluency. So next one is to get up. It is also need fluency. So in the beginning point, who got jhana, they forget every day. Even lunch and breakfast, you may not know, you may lose. So some of people want to get up still very strong, even the body cannot move. Some of people in the beginning point, no fluency. So if so, we have to suggest, if so, okay, you're not trying to move suddenly, just I want to move. you keep with this desire. I want to get up. So later can get up smoothly. So because of this, to get up according to time, it is also need to practice. But that is not so difficult to get, because occasionally you get up. So main fluency is to practice is to go into the jhana quickly, to make a longer time, and to reflect jhana factors quickly. It is very important. So the 5 mastery. So that is until first jhana. So how to go to second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. So with the breathing meditation, we can go until fourth jhana. Maybe I may teach tomorrow, or if I don't teach about the Anapana, you can read some books, several books, knowing and seeing how to get a second and third and fourth jhana. So it is quite enough for the beginners. So yeah, today we should stop. Tomorrow we will continue. So if there is a question, you can ask. We have a few times.
Anybody has any question on meditation?
Bhante, can you explain the 5 mastery, the last two?
Last one. Last two. Do a what? Or what or the what? Do jhana factors? Our jhana is usually like a turning in the mind. So process, mind or process, I must say. So mind or process is first of all sleeping in mind. Second, mind or departing consciousness. Do you know? After that, 7 jhana. You know? So sleeping in mind, mind or departing consciousness, and the 7 jhana. So to think about the vitaka, reflect, mind process like that. Sleeping in mind or departing. Departing is advance towards the vitaka. What is the vitaka? Like that. That is the mind or departing consciousness. Advance the mind towards the vitaka. For example, let's say this is a vitaka rising in the heart. When you are focusing in this object, vitaka is arising. But when you are reflecting, vitaka already disappear. But although it is past, we can think about. For example, yesterday you may got angry. Now you can think about that anger. It is past, but we still can remember, can think about. In the same way, when we are practicing jhana, vitaka is arising, putting in the mind towards there. So now, later part, we want to think about, we want to reflect about this jhana factor, vitaka. So, first of all, sleeping mind. Later I may turn the mind. What is the vitaka? That is a mind or departing consciousness. After that, 7 jhana. Oh, this is a vitaka. Vitaka is directing in the mind, putting in the mind towards the Privaka Nimitta, like that. So 7 jhana. After 7 jhana, Bhavanka. So that is a reflecting. So after vitaka, we have to reflect vichara. To reflect vichara also the same. The mind have to turn towards vichara. So between this two process, this is one process. To know vitaka one process, to know vichara one process. Between two process, in the beginner, in the beginner's mind, Bhavanga a lot because of no fluency. So Bhavanga a lot. So do one after another, do a Dhavat from Vidaka to Vichara. Do a Dhavat, need to do quickly. That's a mind Dhavating. So normally after Javana, we need quite many Bhavangas. But if you do Gananga, only later 2 Bhavangas only. So that is turning the mind quickly from here to there. So that is do a Dhavat, maybe do the jhana factors, and to turn one after another, to turn quickly. So next one to review is the jhana factor is a Pechavakana Vasipawa. So in Pali Pechavakana. Normally to reflect this Vitaka need 7 javana. Normally 7 javana. But if you got fluency, only 5 javana, 4 javana can do. So my moments are very less. Mind Dhavating 4 javana or 5 javana, 2 Bhavanga. After that, again, mind Dhavating consciousness. Like that. So do review the jhana factor is about the name of javana. 4 or 5 javana. So do a Dhavat, do the jhana factors is about the mind or Dhavating consciousness. From this to change quickly. So without having many Bhavanga. Name, review is Javana's name. So do a Dhavat is the name of mind or Dhavating consciousness. This one is only for those who has learned the mind process, only can understand. Normal people cannot understand like the same. But how they can understand? Oh, I can do faster. Vitaka Vichara, I can do faster like that. 5 Dhavating consciousness, you will see like at the same time. Actually not the same time, like Bhavanga, mind Dhavating consciousness, 4 javana or 5 javana, 2 Bhavanga, mind Dhavating, like that. Because of very fast, one after another to reflect. So like at the same time you will see. So normal people's mind, normally 7 javanas. Only in those situations, because of jhana, because of fluency, can do like 4 javana, 5 javana. At that time, not trying to know. Only we will know, I can do quickly. At that time, not know. But when we trying to practice Vipassana, about your reflection consciousness, you must see like this. In the practicing time of jhana, so you don't see those, you're not trying to see. You are not only with you are not only with jhana quickly.
The meaning is that this review is javana.
The name of javana. So a Dhavat, maybe a Dhavat, may not be a Vat. Sometimes I don't know English. So the Dhavat means the name of mind or Dhavating consciousness.
Anybody has a question?
She has.
Good afternoon, Bhante. My question is for new beginners who practice this Anapanasati. Is there a possibility that this person enters into first jhana accidentally or unknowingly? And how will this person, without practicing or even knowing the 5 masteries, like determining when to get up, what will happen to this?
Yeah. So, I think it can go into the first jhana, but may not know 5 jhana factors, may not have a fluency. Absorption fluency he may have. Absorption like a determining, because there is no need to use too much listening. So, but cannot get a fluency of discerning or reflecting jhana factor. Like the mind peacefully staying on the Bodhisattva nimitta. He may do that mostly. So can go into the jhana, but not mastery. Not all mastery. Absorption okay. Maybe determining also okay. Not much needs. Getting up also okay. To emerge from jhana also okay. But about the reflecting, at least they need to listen. What is the vitaka? What is the vichara? Like that. He himself may not know those factors. Also another different place to check.
Then, Bhante, if this person gets in, this new beginner gets into the first jhana, and how would this person know when he should get up? Because this person may be enjoying in the state of mind.
Should get up is normally people have jobs to do. So he will get up occasionally. So why need normally everybody, or they get up, they cannot stay longer time. Later the power will lose. One is the mind power, one is the body power. If when lose, they will get up automatically. So get up is not difficult to emerge from the jhana. It's not so difficult. Only beginners a little bit may happen. If their body still strong, the mind is strong, maybe because of something lunch or breakfast time, someone knock. If so, a little bit difficult. They cannot move with their mind. So only such difficulties only have. If you don't knock the bell, maybe after 1 hour, 2 hours, or maybe 3 hours, surely he will get up. So that is the first time. Second time, a little bit already 1 time he has to get up already. Second time also he may get up. So about the get up being emerging, if you practice a few days already have practiced. Only not to go, you got a jhana the same day and you trying to move another jhana in the same sitting. You should not do. If so, you not practice get up being. Normally if you practice a few days because of breakfast or lunch or something to do, you have to get up occasionally. So difficulty is a little bit. You are just sit about maybe 10 minutes, 3 minutes, because of something other people call you. At that time, a little bit difficult. Because your energy now strong, very interesting time. Outside situations calling me, you need to catch up. So like children, very good sleeping, don't want to get up. Adult people, okay, already fluency. So you say that they can get up like that. So about the get up being normally, if you take time, a few days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, already, a few times already you get up. So not much problem about the get up being. Only what we cannot do like this. Now in this sitting, go to first jhana, trying to go next jhana. It is only you are totally not practice about the get up being. Okay. So we will share merit. Huh? Repeat after me. Idame nyadinam hodu Sukhida hundu nyadayo Idame bonyam Asawakayam Wahan hodu Idame bonyam Nibbanasa Pachayo Hodu Mama Punya Bhagam Sabha Satanam Bhajemi Tesabe Mesamam Punya Bhagam Lavandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu